If you're in your 30s or 40s, are you wearing your makeup the same way you were in your 20s? So I asked that question on social media in a video, and so many people commented that their makeup style has changed so much. And not just us in our 30s and 40s, people in their 20s too. I think everyone is just really starting to embrace a more minimal makeup style, just toning it down a little bit. And let me tell you, I'm here for it. In that video, a lot of people asked if I could do an updated makeup routine for those of us in our 30s and 40s, but of course this is suitable for anybody. This is a very, very minimal glowing look that I would wear even going out. At this point, I'm just not messing with full coverage anymore. We've put that to rest. It's just not coming back. At least for me. Some people might still be into full coverage, but if you're into this fresh, minimal, youthful look, keep watching. Okay, let's get started with the skin prep. This is the only primer I use, the 7 by my brand, Monday Born. This is hands down my favorite moisturizer, and ever since it came out, I have not used anything else to prep my skin for makeup. It just hydrates your skin just enough for the makeup to go on smoothly. So moving on to my base. This is what I use most days for my base. It's not a foundation, it's not a tinted moisturizer, it's a sunscreen that has a slight tint to it. This is by Alastin, and you can see it's pretty close to my complexion. The problem with this is if you're even 2 shades deeper than me, it's probably gonna be too light. If I got a little more tan, it would be too light. But where I am right now with my complexion, just look at what it does. It just evens out my skin and gives it this beautiful, subtle glow. And of course, I'm getting the protection of a mineral sunscreen. If this is not within your complexion range to try this, the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer is one of my tried and true favorites. It has been for a really long time. And the Smashbox Halo is actually really good too. These are both tinted moisturizers with broad spectrum 25 SPF, and they have a range of shades. I just got lucky with this one. It happened to be perfect for my complexion. Now for this look, everything's gonna be cream. I hardly ever use powder anymore. Powder just doesn't agree with maturing skin. Unless you're super greasy and oily and you need it, sure, absolutely use it. But for someone like me who's a normal dry complexion, or even if you're normal combo, I still would say be really careful with powder. It just tends to accentuate lines and makes the makeup settle into your skin more, whereas cream-based products are just gonna look more fresh and healthy. So I'm going in with the Persona Dream Stick in Dune. This is just gonna add a little bit of warmth to my face. And you know what? I was gonna do this with a brush, but fingers, I'm telling you, fingers are your best tool when it comes to makeup. And I'm not trying to like hardcore contour. I'm really just wanting to bring a little bit of warmth to my face, even though I'm adding it to my contour areas. This is really just about bringing dimension to the face. Nobody's face is one color all over. So there, just with that, I got a little more warmth, more dimension, more life to my face. And now for concealer. I'm not actually using a concealer. I'm using one of my favorite products of all time, the YSL Touche Eclat. This is the Radiant Touch. They do have one that is called High Cover. It's just a full coverage version of the Touche Eclat. So you can absolutely use that if you have more to cover. I don't have too much to cover. I have a little bit, just a slight bit of darkness. And the reason I'm using the peach shade, which is number 3, is to neutralize that darkness. So I'm just gonna start stippling this under my eyes. And this is going to conceal lightly, but more so gonna bring more brightness to the center of my face. And I pay careful attention to make sure that it goes right at the outer corner of the bottom of my eyes, because if I'm neutralizing that darkness right there, it's gonna give the illusion of a lifted outer corner. We don't want droopy eyes at the outer corners. We want it to look lifted and awake. And another reason I love this product under the eyes more than anything is I don't actually need powder. You know, a lot of times when you put on a concealer, you need the powder to set. You don't really with this product. Because it's so lightweight, it's not gonna do the settling. It's not gonna really get into the line under my eye. That's so obvious sometimes with other concealers. Now moving on to blush, we're still keeping it in the cream family. I'm using this by Westman Atelier. The color is called Chouchette. I'm just gonna do a couple of swipes here. And if you're trying to create the look of a lifted face, try adding your blush up here a little bit higher than you normally would. You know, normally we put blush down here. Adding it up here is just going to create a more lifted effect. And it's actually nice to blend in your blush with your concealer, whatever you're using for concealer. Do you remember 6-7 years ago, we did like, well, I didn't really do this. I didn't do it much. But we had the like white triangle under our eyes and then like the blush was separate. Now it's nice for it to really blend together and it just creates a more youthful effect. God, the things we did in 2016. So we're almost done with the face. This step is completely optional, but I'm sharing it just because I really like this product. This is also by Westman Atelier. It's their lit up highlight stick in the color Nectar. Reason why I like this so much is this is not a 2016 highlighter. That was like just making yourself a bronze statue. This, on the other hand, is almost like a gloss for your face more than anything. It does have the slightest bit of color, but more than anything, do you see how it just brings a glossy effect to the skin? Again, you don't have to do this, but I just love this product so much. I love the finish so much that I just wanted to demo it anyway. And you probably noticed that I did not use any powder. Again, totally up to you if you want to use the powder. I don't particularly need it. However, another option, if you're not gonna use powder, is something like the Mist and Fix spray from Makeup Forever. This, out of all of the spray options, there's some that I love that are really hydrating. This one will make your makeup stay put. It's a little bit of an aggressive spray. So here we are, fresh and glowing. Now for the eyes, I'm also keeping this very minimal. I'm gonna begin with this Endless Shade Stick by Pixi. I highly recommend these sticks. These are really good for just quick makeup looks, and this color especially, it's called Matte Cognac. I'm gonna put this color on, have a look at the shade. It's really nice. It's just a matte neutral shade that smooths out your lid. If you have veiny lids, this will cover it up really nicely without being too heavy. Again, on the eyes, not doing any powder shadow. These dry down and they don't move, so it's also not going to settle into your crease. So now using another Pixi pencil, this is their Endless Silky Eye Pen in the color Bronze. So with this, I'm actually gonna use this and a brush here. So you have two options. You can either, I'll do one option on each eye. One option is to take your brush and basically paint the product onto your brush and then start to apply at just the outer corner and just start to smudge it out and blend it out. This color is so perfect for just a really soft look. There's nothing more pretty and just soft than a brown eyeliner. I still want to do it the same way on the other eye, but we'll try out the other way. So I'm going to apply with the pencil directly, just a small amount to the outer part of the lash line, and then with the brush again, start to blend that out. Oh, that turned out nice too. So you could do it either way. Don't sleep on brown eyeliner, I'm telling you. Now onto the mascara. I'm using Lash Clash by YSL. This has been my favorite all year. And this I'm gonna apply mostly to the outer corners here. Someone asked the other day why I didn't apply mascara to my bottom lashes. You absolutely can if you like. For me, it just drags the eye down a little bit more. It's totally personal preference, but for me, I would rather focus on accentuating the lift on the top lash line. So just recapping this look as I finish up this mascara. Every single product I used was cream. I did not use one powder product. And for me, in your 30s, 40s, and beyond, that's just where it's at, is less makeup altogether and less powder, or no powder for me. So to match the fresh and youthful face makeup, we have fresh and youthful eye makeup. Now finishing up the eyes, I'm going in with the Air Brow by Kosas. This is actually great because it's formulated with castor oil. And you know, castor oil helps your brows grow. Fuller brows just make for a more youthful look, if that's what you're going for. And this is tinted, so it is adding a little bit of color. Now to finish up with the lips, I'm just trying something new from Laura Mercier. Truthfully, from an everyday look, I almost never wear a lip product. It's always just a clear balm. That's enough for me. But if you like a little bit of color, this is new from Laura Mercier. The color is called Ella. This is their Petal Soft Lipstick Crayon. And I'm just gonna do a very light amount, just kind of smudged out. So hopefully there were some helpful tips throughout this video if you're struggling to adjust your makeup routine as you mature in age. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. See you next time.